welcome to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. Today is our 70th episode. And we are celebrating the 1970s today.
We are celebrating it bright and shiny.
We are.
Yeah. 70 episodes.
How did we do 70 episodes already?
I don't know.
That's crazy.
It feels like we just started.
I know. It's been so much fun, and I hope that you enjoy our episodes all about local history. Occasionally, we just talk about history in general, but most of the episodes are local. Today isn't. We're going to talk about the We're going to talk about the 1970s. I mean, some of it relates to Clay County, I guess, in a way, because we're going to talk about what was popular in the 1970s, and it was popular all over the world, not just in big cities, but here as well.
I love the 70s. Of course, I was born in 67. So the 70s were, 10 years of, my childhood. And then I hit the 80s for my,
Teens.
Upper teens and, college and all that stuff. But I do love the 70s. The thing that I love about the 70s is I love the 70s music.
Me too.
I love the 70s music, and I like the 70s TV shows.
Yeah. Me too. Those are my two favorite things. And I have
the 70s.
I have XM radio in my car, so I always have my radio station on 70s on 7, probably at least 60 or 70% of the time.
Me too, all the time.
Yeah, I love the 70s.
I do too. Music. I love the music, man. It's the greatest thing ever. And so I don't know, it was just kind of fun. I love the 70s because Jim and I love disco. Hence the sequenced.
You're disco ready.
We love disco. Yeah, we did. Remember, and I got pants to match.
Oh,
and
I
the
remember.
Pants have the flares too, but
yes.
You don't see the pants, and so you're not going to get the effect of the pants. But it's exactly like this, and we did that one. Remember, we did one bingo.
70s bingo a few years ago, a fundraiser for the depot.
We did,
and it was a whole disco-themed bingo night, and Stacey wore that, and I wore this, but I had a orange crocheted vest that went down almost to my knees that I wore over that, and I forgot it today at home. It was the best part of my outfit.
Because I had to wear this one because it sticks.
You got the bell sleeves.
Yeah, the bell sleeves. But but I wore this and I wore a navy blue crocheted vest, and for the love of God, I can't find it.
Oh well, it might have went on a date with the orange one. They're together.
Well, orange.
Because normally in my closet, the orange one hangs over this shirt on the same hanger.
Yes.
But I didn't even think about it until I was already almost here. And I was like, the vest isn't there. But it doesn't matter. It's fine.
It's
fine.
crazy.
This is a real shirt from the 70s. This isn't a costume.
Mine's a costume.
This is something I bought at an antique store / vintage clothing shop in Springfield, Illinois.
Cool.
You would love it.
I would love
it. It's a little cool downtown store. They're basically all vintage clothing, all eras.
Yeah, I would like that. I love vintage clothing. My girlfriends and I, we went to Eureka Springs, Arkansas, and this last weekend, and of course, Eureka Springs is full of hippies.
Oh, really?
Oh, my gosh. Bikers and hippies, because it's very artistic. Oh. There are a lot of artists, a lot of arts. I love. If you've never been to Eureka Springs, you need to take it. It's in the Ozarks. It's beautiful. They have Airbnbs. They have everything you need. They have hotels. They have great food. But like I said, there are hippies everywhere. They're fantastic. The greatest downtown shopping you'll ever go into.
Really? I want to go there.
It's fantastic. Well, next year you can go. We go every year. This is the first time we've been since 2019.
Oh, okay.
Because of COVID, and then we just didn't get it back together. But now we're starting back. And there is a huge craft fair called War Eagle. It's not as big as Covered Bridge, but there's not one thing from China in that joint.
Oh, see.
It's all
And that is
real.
where Covered Bridges went in my book.
I don't care for Covered Bridge.
Remember the last time we went together, and it was a big letdown. We were really sad because almost every booth was like made in China, T-shirts, and
that's literally what it was.
Junk. It was just a bunch of junk. It wasn't cute crafts or antiques or vintage finds.
Remember, we went the night before and spent the night.
And what's the best thing about Covered Bridge, though?
Corn dogs.
Okay, there we go. The food. That's really why we go. The food.
Well, I'm one of those.
Does the War Eagle have good food trucks?
Yeah. There's not as many food trucks there. Oh. But the thing about because it's not as big as Covered Bridge. There's not a lot, but there's a lot of really good food. And I'm that super weird person. Every time you go to Covered Bridge, okay, here's the deal. I am not eating the corn. I'm going. There's a million things. And all day long, I eat a corn dog.
Oh.
Because you cannot get a corn dog but at a fair. They have to be, and I love corn dogs, but I only eat them when a fair is in town because otherwise they're not that good.
Yeah.
Got to be that hand dip. So I'm like, okay, this year I'm not going to do it. Well, what I do, ate a corn dog. Okay, what am I going to do later? A few hours later, still shopping. What am I going to get?
A corn dog?
A corn dog.
Well, if that's what you like, that's what you like. That's okay. I feel like every time I go, I try something different. I like the steak with the peppers and stuff that they grill out.
Good.
That's good.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with the food. But yeah, you would love War Eagle, and it takes. I mean, it's windy, twindy roads, but we just have a good time in that. Downtown's fantastic, and we hit a lot of rummage sale this time. I think we're actually even going to go one day earlier because like the downtown and the if I can afford it. But I buy a lot of Christmas presents there because it's just different.
Yeah.
I like different
Yeah,
stuff.
fun.
It is fun.
Yeah.
Okay, what am I doing?
Well,
our ad.
Yeah, let's start the show. We always start with an ad, a vintage ad. What do we have today?
I picked a Burger King ad. This ad came out in 1973.
Oh, cute.
So because I remember this ad, have it your way. It's the only way. So what happened was a lot of burger joints and stuff were coming up, and Burger King launched this $400 million comeback plan.
Oh, wow.
It was basically the have it your way Burger King. It personalized the fast food experience.
So you could order your burger with what you wanted on it.
Anything on it. Beth, I'm not going to lie. I picked this ad because of you.
Okay.
You always have it your way.
You're right, I do.
Oh,
I do.
my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I go somewhere and I order food, I am not Karen. I am a very nice about it. But I'm not shy to say, like, hey, leave this off or add this.
Yeah.
It drives her crazy.
One time. Hey, Stacey. Hey, can you run to McDonald's and get? Yeah, sure. Okay, I'm thinking number 1, 2, 3. No, I'll have a number 2, and I need a fourth of the bread pinched off on the side.
No, it
not
wasn't
the
like
cheese
that.
all the way around it. 1.5 pickles, 6 little pieces of onion.
She's exaggerating, but I did say that I want a Big Mac, no bread, extra toppings. An extra patty, and they put it in this nice little, like a pancake holder, like you have pancakes, and I don't do bread, and so then it's all in there, and then you can just slice up your hamburger, and then suddenly you have a Big Mac salad.
It is good. I need to get that, but they just need to make it the Beth Cooper.
Yeah, they should just call it.
But
there's another thing at the Mexican restaurant now that we're calling the Beth Special.
Is it? Well, and your kid, Carissa. Okay, I need this. Yeah, Carissa was just as bad. I don't remember Silas being bad.
No. All Carissa says in her defense is no pickles. I'll have a cheeseburger, no pickles. It's not that hard. People do that. They're not that crazy.
Well, I was flipping through 70s ads because I don't have any 70s. So I'm flipping through and I'm like, oh, have it your way. I have to do this with
that's
Beth.
me. That is a cute ad, though. I like that.
It is a cute ad.
Now,
and I remember it.
Was the very first Burger King in Mattoon, Illinois? Is that right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe the very
I'm pretty sure. I've never been there, but someone was telling me and they went there, and it's kind of like, it's still in business, but it's not the exact same as a regular Burger King or something. It's better.
Yeah. I like Burger King. I prefer Burger King over McDonald's.
I do not.
I do. I like Burger King. I get a hankering for the Big Mac, but I don't like bread either, so I might start doing that.
You should order the Big Mac with no bread.
You know, you can make those. I mean, my daughter-in-law, Paige Early Wine, she makes that Big Mac salad.
At home, yeah.
What do you do?
I just ground hamburger and drain it, and then I have my bed of lettuce, and then I put some cheese in there. I actually use American cheese slices, and I cut it up and put it in there, and then put my ground beef in there, and then you put some Thousand Island dressing.
Yeah, because that's
throw some pickles in there. And some sliced up onion if you want to.
You do put the onion in there?
Just a little. It depends on the season of my onions because I'm weird about onions, imagine, because sometimes of the year they're really strong, like when they're not seasoned.
I don't like raw onions.
Yeah.
I don't like raw onions. I would just put my onions in with my hamburger.
Brown
I can do cooked onions all day long, but I do not like raw onions.
I do, as long as they're not like a real strong, like purple onion. Like the darker the color. Well, no, that's not right either. The white onion is really strong, but just a bit. I don't know.
I don't know. I might cook something tonight.
We're having a wiener roast tonight.
Are you? That sounds like fun.
With my parents. We're having a wiener roast.
I don't know. I got time to cook something today. I don't know what I'll do. Who knows? But anyway, Here we go.
Okay.
1970s. I don't even know where we want to start.
Well,
I can't even start. I don't even know what to do.
Let's start with the movies.
Oh,
there were some really good movies in the 1970s.
Yeah, some of my favorites.
I don't know what you have written down. Stacey and I always, sometimes we're the same, sometimes we're not. Smokey and the Bandit?
Didn't write it down.
Did you watch that, though? Did you love that in the 70s?
Yeah, Breaker,
Breaker,
one night.
Yeah.
What is the song?
1977.
Yeah, 1977, Smokey and the Bandit. Did you bring a picture of that one? No.
I did not, no.
But what was that? Eastbound and down, rolling up and trucking. We're going to do what they say can be done. Yeah, great. Oh, yeah. What kid didn't want to be a truck driver? I remember.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Totally wanted to be a truck driver when I was like 10.
Yeah, I didn't really.
What year was it?
77. I wasn't born yet, but I did.
I was 10.
I did watch this later on in the 80s, and I liked it. And I wanted to just have a radio and just talk to truckers. Okay,
one of my favorite. Let's do the time warp again. Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah.
75. Okay, peeps, here's the deal. I watched it on TV, thought it was really cute and weird. Right? Loved it.
Yeah, but a lot of it went over your head?
It totally went over my head.
Mine
till
too.
Just last year. And Rocky Horror Picture Show came to Effingham Performance Center. And Jim took me. And we did, and they had out the bag of stuff, and you did the toilet paper. No clue.
Yeah.
No clue that existed.
Yeah, and okay, so I can remember like watching that when I was in grade school. I had a friend named Maria. It was her favorite movie, and I can remember my mom saying, I can't believe her parents let her watch that, and that's her favorite movie. That's so weird. And I had watched it with Maria, and I didn't understand why my mom and dad didn't think it was appropriate, because all of the inappropriateness, I swear, if you were a kid in the 80s, if you're Gen X or whatever, that stuff just went right over your head.
It totally
and it was
did.
in like every movie. And
didn't even get it.
I didn't get it, didn't understand it. I just liked the music.
Absolutely.
I liked some of the funny jokes. I thought the people that were on there looked silly.
It was great.
And the actual context, the whatever. I had no clue.
Yeah.
Another example of that is a movie from the 90s that we rewatched this past week called Teen Witch. Have you ever seen Teen Witch?
I have not seen Teen Witch.
Oh, you should watch that this week. It's a great movie. I watched it all the time in junior high, and I told Malia, I'm like, it was just her and Jason and Malia, Jason and Malia at home. And I'm like, let's watch Teen Witch. It had content in it, too, that was like, and she's like, Mom! And I'm like, I was in junior high. I didn't even know what that meant.
Oh, no clue.
I had no clue what that meant.
Well, we're going to take a commercial break and come back with the 1970s.
At your locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores in Flora and Louisville, you can count on experts to have the solutions to keep you running on the road or in the field. More than just your car, the Napa Auto Parts stores in Flora and Louisville carry a large inventory of Napa products for farms, heavy trucks, and just about everything that moves. Experienced associates understand your needs and are ready to help with the perfect part at a great value. That's Napa Know-How at your locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores in Flora and Louisville. Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
We like technology at Flora Savings Bank. Here's what you can accomplish in our mobile banking app in less than 30 seconds. See account balances in your transactions, set up an account alert, make a transfer between accounts, get an alert text message about your transfer, pay a bill, turn your debit card off and then back on. It all happens in the palm of your hand with our free My Bank to Go app. Search My Bank to Go in the App Store or Google Play and give mobile banking a try. Flora Savings Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Doors, paint, windows, electrical, plumbing, and much more. Oh yeah, give me all your guns too.
John Lucas.
What?
You better be dreaming about all the stuff we sell here at Zink Building Center.
Oh, I would. Zink Building Center in Louisville on Route 45. It's a cool place.
Welcome back to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. I was just talking about Teen Witch, and I said the 90s, but it was the 1980s film.
80s? Okay,
yeah, it was
I'm
the
going to
80s.
watch it.
And it's so good. But yeah, there was just a few minor things in there that I was like, I did not get that when I was a kid. But anyway, we're talking 1970s movies.
Yeah,
So
okay.
you go.
1973, Charlie Brown's Thanksgiving.
Oh, I love that one.
I love all those Charlie Brown
I love all
ones.
the Charlie Browns, but I love that one because it really does dig into history and it really has some facts in there.
It is. It's
and
awesome.
It's good. And we used, like when
is.
I homeschooled my kids, we actually used that as a Thanksgiving part of our Thanksgiving series.
Do you have another movie?
Yes, Willy Wonka.
Willy Wonka. I did
Willy
pick that.
Wonka.
1971.
I think we have a photo. Willy Wonka is one of. Oh, look at Gene Wilder there in the little boy.
Is he
I can't
still
remember his
alive?
name. No, he passed away.
He did pass away, didn't
But
he?
I loved Willy Wonka. I watched it a million times. It definitely is probably in one of my top 10 favorite movies ever. Mm-hmm. My daughter Malia doesn't like it. She's scared of Gene Wilder.
Oh.
I don't know why.
That's funny. That's
It creeps
funny.
her out, but I like it.
What my favorites? Da-da,
Da-da.
da-da,
I think I have that written down.
da-da, 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 da.
I think we have a picture for that one too.
Oh,
We're
yeah, who
talking
doesn't
about
love this?
Jaws.
Jaws.
1975.
Yes.
Look at the
Great
people
movie.
run right out of the water.
I love Jaws, and
Uh-huh.
and Jaws is also another one that
This would've
Jaws
been fun
2
to
is
film.
great.
Yeah.
Jaws 2 is even good. Then they get
Uh-huh.
a little bit weird.
Yeah.
But
Can you imagine being one of those kids and you're told like, okay, everybody get in the water, and then when I say go, you just start running and screaming out of the water like there's a shark. You know, that would have been fun for those kids.
that would have been fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fantastic movie.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Lay one on me, girl.
Charlotte's Web.
Charlotte's Web. Yeah.
1973. I love
Nice.
Charlotte's Web. One of
Yeah.
my favorites. And here, this one, I bet you like. You might have written this one down. The Exorcist.
Oh, a lot of scary movies came out.
Yes, that's
the
one thing.
70s brought up a lot of scary
That's
movies.
when horror. Well, I mean, a few of them in the 60s. We talked about
But
Psycho and
boy,
stuff in the 60s.
Salem's
The
Lot,
se-
Halloween. I can't even go. There was tons.
Yes, all of the Jason.
Friday the 13th.
They
all
started.
them came.
There was a ton of the horror flicks
Yeah.
that came out in the 70s. Deliverance.
Yeah.
1972.
Yeah. I was
72.
shocked when I started looking at all that. How that's when, boy, I'll tell you
Yep.
what, the horror craze came out in the 70s.
It sure did.
Star Wars, 1977.
yes.
And Star Wars was the #1 grossing movie out of that decade.
I'm going to be honest with you and tell you I've never watched any of the Star Wars movies except for like the first 10 minutes of the first one. And that's as far as I get every single time.
In a galaxy far, far away.
And then I'm like, I'm bored.
You're bored. So I take it you didn't watch Star Trek either.
No, I did watch Star Trek.
My dad loves Star Trek, but that's on the other one. But yeah, so I was going to do a quick rundown. Top 10 Oscar-winning movies.
Oh, okay.
The 70s.
Okay.
1970, Patton.
Oh, Patton.
Great
That
movie.
General Patton.
Yeah,
Yep.
General Patton. 71, The French Connection won the Oscar.
Okay.
72.
So I don't know anything about the French Connection. I don't know even know
I don't
that
either.
movie.
I don't
Okay.
either.
72.
I mean, why? I don't know why that. Oh, yeah, I don't know what that is. I've lost my place here.
Sorry.
I don't know where 72 because it can't be that one. But I'm just going to go 73. The Sting.
Oh, okay.
The Sting. 74. The Godfather.
Ah.
Great movie. I watched it the other day. 75. American Graffiti.
I have heard a lot about that one.
Yeah.
I've never watched it.
76. Oh, dun 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 dun. Rocky.
Rocky.
Best. I don't know. I love so many movies. I love
You
movies.
love Rocky?
I'm gonna tell you what. Every one of them are good. Mm-hmm. The one where he goes broke and the one kid comes to town is not the. There is. I'm telling you what. If you're feeling down, watch
Rocky.
Watch one of any of them. They are the underdog come to life. It's fantastic, and I love Sylvester Stallone. 77 was Annie Hall. Don't remember that one too much. 78, The Deer Hunter. I remembered when The Deer Hunter came out.
Okay. Yeah. I
Yeah.
never watched that. It was
The
it was
Godfather
gory.
Part 2, I've got 1972, but it can't be The Godfather Part 2 because The Godfather, the first one, didn't come out till
Maybe
74.
maybe you had those switched. Maybe
I
Godfather
did.
1 was 72 and
Yeah.
Godfather 2 was 74.
Yeah, I got them switched back and forth. So we got The Godfather 2, which is in there, which is fantastic. What year am I at now?
79.
79. Kramer versus Kramer.
Was that about a divorce?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I didn't even watch it.
Yeah, so you're right. The Godfather was in 72 and The Godfather Part 2 was in 74, and they all went on. Great movies.
Mm-hmm.
The only one of these, I don't think I ever watched Annie Hall.
I haven't seen a lot of those, but that is how it goes with the ones that actually win the Oscars. They're not usually movies I watch.
Back in the day, like in the 70s, it was great. Oscars today, I don't even halfly know any.
Yeah, they're very
any of them.
obscure.
Yeah.
Kinda
Did we
weird.
have any other movie pictures?
No, I went through all of the ones on my list.
Sweet.
But what do you want to do next? You want to talk about music?
Do I want to talk about music? Do I want to talk about music? Yes, I want to talk about music.
All-time favorite band or singer group, whatever, from the 70s for you is?
Creedence Clearwater Revival, all the way, CCR. I love Creedence. There's a CD in my convertible right now that doesn't have any.
I love CCR too, but I'm going to go with ABBA.
ABBA, Dancing Queen. I've got that on here, ABBA, Dancing Queen. But yeah, it's one of my favorite songs.
Yeah.
But my favorite is Creedence. I also love Queen.
I have
Queen
them down.
and Freddie Mercury, phenomenal. You can't beat him.
Have you seen the movie about him?
Yeah,
movie?
it's great. Did
yeah,
you watch
it's really
it?
good. If you haven't watched that, it came out like, I don't know what, 5 or 10 years ago maybe?
Oh no, just the last few, because that boy won the Oscar for that. Maybe 5 years ago.
Yeah, I think it's longer than you think.
It probably well,
5.
time goes away.
And he went to college in Evansville.
Really?
Yeah.
Boy, he did a great job of doing
I can't think
Freddie
of his
Mercury.
name. He was also in Night at the Museum 2.
Oh, yes.
And he was the
He was
Pharaoh
the
or
Pharaoh.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great.
He's very good, but
He's so
yeah.
good, I can't think of his name.
Yeah.
But it's good. Ty can Google it.
Yeah, I can't, he's Indian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's it. Yeah, Queen, or Dancing Queen was good, and Queen, Bohemian Rhapsody. Oh my gosh, the part of that when they are, Bohemian Rhapsody, everybody loves it. I mean, it's just a iconic song. But the part of that movie, like literally, they want to do that, and the song's like what, 10 minutes long? It's forever long.
Yeah, it's a really long
And the
one.
producer was like, not going to do it. It's too long. Nobody will like it. It's very theatrical. It's very operatic.
But
And
he went with it.
But he finally went with it. One guy passed on it, and another guy went with it. And wow, look at that.
What was his name? Yeah, Rami Malek.
That's right. Boy, he was very good. And Freddie Mercury just had. What's your favorite Queen song?
I didn't write down any of the songs. Probably. I really like "We Are the Champions" because
Yeah.
it just kind of makes me feel
Yeah.
good. But I don't know.
Mine's "Crazy Little Thing" called "Love."
Yeah. Oh, I
There
love
goes
that
my
one.
baby. Yeah, I love
that
it.
would have to. That's
I
probably
love-
my favorite too.
I do love it. But the funny thing about Bohemian Rhapsody is Freddie Mercury didn't take that drummer took that high note, that operatic high note, because he was actually an opera singer, and he took that high note. And that poor boy his cords were about broken by the time it was done.
Yeah.
But yeah, fantastic.
Yeah. What's the one that they copied for Vanilla Ice copied that part of the song? Under Pressure. That's probably my favorite Queen one. Under Pressure.
Under Pressure.
I like that
Yeah,
one.
it's good.
Yeah.
Let's see. Gosh, what else do I have there? A long, long time ago.
Love that
I still
one.
remember. Yeah, American Pie.
American Pie.
Yeah, so
and I've
good.
told this story before, but whenever I was in grade school, we had a 70s songbook, and that's what we sang during music class.
Yeah, you did.
So that American Pie, I learned that in 5th grade music at school because we sang out of the 70s songbook. Most of those songs would probably not be allowed to be sung in school today because we did also sing the theme song to MASH, which is called
You told me about that. I can't believe it.
which is called Suicide is Painless. And I knew all the lyrics, and that is what we were learning at school.
Yeah.
I had a great
Another one you
education.
wouldn't sing. Welcome to the Hotel California.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you'd never.
1976.
That's dark.
The Eagles. So yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of them were dark. They were probably all in that songbook. I mean, we sang them all.
Oh. Yeah. there
Gloria
goes my
Gaynor, I Will Survive.
I Will Survive is in there,
1978.
My
Love that one.
My dad's favorite group. My dad loved Gladys Knight and the Pips. Mm-hmm. He wanted to be a Pip. His favorite song was Midnight Train to Georgia.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good one.
It is a good one. My dad loved it. He loved it. I used to sing it for Go away.
Oh my gosh.
Go
So
away.
one of my very favorite things, my favorite songs, because I was born in 79, so I had a greatest hits of the 79 is what it was that I listened to through high school. It was just a CD, the number one hits of 1979, and this is one of them, the Pina Colada song by Rupert Holmes.
If you like pina coladas, it's about cheating.
I know. It was good. I loved it. And they ended up together at the end. So
it's
yes,
great.
yes. So
Yeah, I guess these people can't get a hint that I don't want to.
yeah.
I don't know how to put my phone on silent. I'm
Stacey
sorry.
does not know how to silence her phone. She has a case that needs to be thrown away because it prohibits her from turning on the silent button on the side of her phone.
Yeah, nobody ever
So
calls me.
for Christmas, I'm buying her a new phone case.
Okay, I have one more, and then we could. Ballroom Blitz.
Oh,
Blitz,
yes.
Blitz, a ballroom Blitz.
Cannot hear that song without
Yes,
thinking
a
of
ballroom
Wayne's
Blitz.
World.
Fantastic.
You know where they sing that in Wayne's World?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I found one for you because you're like a rhinestone cowboy.
Bum, bum.
Bum, bum. Great stuff.
Yes. Elton John, Rocket Man. That was in 72. Were you going to talk about him?
Rocket Man.
Yeah, Rocket Man.
Rocket Man. Elton John. Can we just have a conversation about his lyricist?
Uh-huh. I assumed it was him. Did he not?
No, he had a lyricist.
Oh.
This is how this worked. He had a guy that, he didn't write the words. He wrote the music. His lyricist would just come to him, and Elton John would just start reading them and sit down at the piano and be like, Rocket Man. No, he had a great lyricist, and they've been together since day one.
That's cool.
Yeah, so all those crazy lyrics. What's the one? What is the one about the suit? Oh, it's going to come to me in a minute during a commercial break. And it's going to come to me. But,
I don't know.
I can just talk about the mohair suit.
Oh, yeah. My boots. Crocodile something.
No, that's not Crocodile Rock. Yeah. I don't know. We're going to. Okay, so Google Elton John's mohair suit song because that's going to drive me absolutely bonkers.
Yeah.
And we are going to Google that right now after we come back from a commercial break.
If you're looking for a loan for your brand new home, call Clay County State Bank. If you want to transfer money so your future will look sunny, call Clay County State Bank.
We got checking and savings and bill pay too.
An online banking, just ask our crew. For all your banking needs, we think you will agree.
Clay County State Bank is the place you need to be. Clay County State Bank.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
It's the weekend and your symptoms are worsening. The morning of a big meeting and you have a bigger sore throat. Ever experienced that urgency after picking up your sick child and your community health center has already closed? You will be able to connect to a provider at crhpc.org. Even if you have never been to CRHPC, you are welcome to utilize our services. Feel better after scheduling a video visit with CRHPC.
Tomorrow. Some fear the uncertainty it brings. Some trust the promise it holds. At Grinnell Mutual, we are always looking forward to tomorrow, growing and innovating. So even if the plans you have for the future aren't the same as the plans that the future holds for you, you can be ready. Because we'll be ready, like we have been for over 100 years. Trust in that. Trust in tomorrow. Talk to your mutual agent today.
Your local agent is on the square. Louisville, Clay County Farmers Mutual Insurance.
Welcome back to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. We are talking 1970s and we are living it up, man.
Living it up. And the song is Benny and the Jets.
You got to really hold that.
Benny and the Jets. Fantastic.
Yeah.
I also like George Sylvain, Carly Simon. Carly Simon was a singer and a songwriter. She wrote everything.
Yes, she did. I love that.
Sylvain. Yeah.
I love that song,
Great
and I
stuff.
love that she kept it a secret for so many years about who that song was really
But wasn't it about
Warren Beatty.
Warren Beatty? Because I guess
she finally came clean with it, just like not that many years ago.
Yeah, and she said it was. Because there was the assumption that it was all about Warren Beatty.
But there was also a few other candidates, and she would never say who it was.
Yeah.
But no, it was Warren Beatty.
You know, she suffered terrible stage fright.
Really?
Yeah, that's why Barbra Streisand, who's one of my favorite singers too, Barbra Streisand suffered terrible stage fright.
That's so weird.
You wouldn't know it when they got there. That's why Streisand doesn't really do a lot of. That's why she kind of. There was also she was very political. I love Streisand. I don't agree with her politics whatsoever. And but Streisand was very political, and there was actually a death threat on her life one time, and it happened when she was on stage, and that kicked off this whole entire thing. But Carly Simon just had terrible stage fright. People, you don't understand getting up in front of a. I'm not an athlete, but at least you're like I can see where the stress of being an athlete. But people expect athletes to make mistakes. They don't expect entertainers to make mistakes. And when you get up in front of a crowd of people, it's intimidating. I've been doing it since I was in the 4th grade and still go a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we done with music?
We're done with movies and music. So let's move on to my favorite TV shows.
Some of the best.
The very best TV shows ever were in the 1970s. I truly believe that.
I think you might be on to something.
I loved every single sitcom pretty much in the 70s.
Yeah.
Like, I watched them all. You all know I had TBS when I grew up in the 80s, and we watched every day after school, we watched reruns of old shows. That's how I knew all the shows from the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, and it will go on into the 80s and 90s. I know a lot of TV.
That is true.
Watched a lot of TV.
Okay, so I watched this back when I was one of the TV shows that's been on for 49 seasons.
Okay.
The Young and the Restless.
Yeah, I didn't watch The Young and the Restless. I watched a little bit of Days of Our Lives.
I watched The Young and the Restless came on at 11 o'clock, and I had my lunch at school, and my girlfriends and I, we would run home, watch, that was when they were just a half hour long, and I was usually late to band, because that was my 5th hour period, and we would come home, watch Young and the Restless, and then go back to school.
Oh, my.
Well, I was addicted to it.
You were
serious. I think that Victor Newman is still on there.
Yeah, I think so too.
But 49 seasons, that's probably an old statistic, because those have been around for 50 years. Soap operas would be a fun episode to do too, because they started back. And they were called soap operas because women stayed home, they didn't work, they watched these, and the ads. What started the soap opera was because most of the was cleaning products.
I had no idea about that.
Yep, was the ads. Yeah, we'll do that. I don't know why I know that. It's weird. You know you're going to have a weird day. Okay, people, really. My brain never shuts down.
You knew from the moment you woke up you were going to have a weird day?
You don't. You know why? I woke up, the alarm goes off, and I'm hearing, "We are the world, we are the children," in my head.
Well, you know.
Why?
You want peace. You want to feed
You
want to feed the people in Ethiopia. Isn't that what that was a fundraiser for?
Why do I wake
Africa?
up that? I think so. Yeah, I woke up singing "We Are the World," and specifically the person that I dislike the most, Bruce Springsteen, go, "We are the world, we are there." Yeah. Him and Bob Dylan.
I just want to say that
what's wrong with me.
"We Are the World" is on YouTube. So if you want a real flashback to the 80s, go and rewatch that video. And also there's somebody because now it's hard, some of the people you don't recognize. Some of them are very recognizable. Yeah. Others you might think, I don't remember who that was. But somebody has went through and labeled, although their spelling is terrible, I'm guessing they're not a native English speaker. Right. They have went through and labeled who everybody is in the whole video. Yeah. And watch that version of it. It's good.
It's a great song. It's beautiful. But I just don't know why I woke up singing. But my favorite in that one, Cyndi Lauper beeping right in there.
Man,
hitting those
she
notes.
was amazing.
She was amazing. I love Cyndi. Yeah. She'll be definitely talked about in 10 more episodes of the 80s.
When we get to the 80s, we're going to really go over that. Okay.
Back to the 70s.
Back to the 70s. Rewind.
Okay. So we're talking about TV shows.
In the 70s.
In the 70s. I think yours is pulled up. Ty, you just start pulling up our pictures.
This is my all-time favorite TV show. And, okay, you guys, you see this scene, and you are already singing the song in your head, and you know who's getting ready to come down that hill, and you know who falls down.
Can you hum the theme song to me? I just love having you do it. It's just the greatest thing.
I'm terrible. Okay, I have another photo of them. Look at them.
I love Little House too.
I love Little House on the Prairie. I can reference that show in almost any conversation.
I love it. I love it too. It's up in my top 10 favorites too.
This was actually filmed in California.
I know, it's crazy. Prairie, I binge watched Little House on the Prairie. I do believe Michael Landon was one of the most beautiful men that's ever been on this planet.
Yeah, he was amazing.
He was good looking when he played Little Joe. He was good looking when he played Paul Ingalls. He was even good looking in Miracle. What was that called? That other one he did?
With the angel.
With the angel. I can't remember.
What was that?
It'll come to
in
me.
the 90s. He did.
But Michael Landon is a very handsome, beautiful man. Died way too young. Yeah. Very talented. Probably, I don't want to know anything. If he wasn't a nice guy, I don't anybody.
No, I think he was a nice guy because all of his former co-stars, they all speak very highly of him.
Yeah,
I mean, there's the only bad thing, is just that he did smoke a lot and he drank a lot too. So he always kind of smelled like booze and cigarettes.
Yeah. Okay, Ty, surprises on the TV shows. Throw one up there. Let's see which one.
Those are the only two because I think that's all I sent. The other ones I didn't actually have pictures of.
I thought I sent it. Oh, yeah, they are. The Charlie's Angels are there, aren't they there? I thought I sent a bunch of them in. Okay, here's one of my favorites.
Okay, Charlie's Angels.
Yeah. I loved Charlie's Angels. I started binge watching Charlie's Angels too. What I want to ask Charlie's Angels, do these people eat?
No. The answer is no. They did not eat. In fact, they starved themselves to be that skinny. Because that is
seriously
ridiculous.
I loved Charlie's Angels.
Yes.
One of my all-time favorites.
And everybody loved that hairdo there with Farrah Fawcett.
Oh yeah, Farrah's gonna come up a little bit later when we talk about hairdos and stuff like that. But yeah, I love. Thank you, Ty. Mork and Mindy.
Oh my gosh, I don't have that one written down, but I love Mork and Mindy. Nanu.
He was a genius.
Yes, he was.
He was a comic genius.
And did you know, this is an interesting fact, and I say fact because I saw it on Facebook, but I didn't source it, so who knows. But they actually, on the show, they had to hire some people that spoke other languages as to censor him because he would throw in bad words in other languages into his alien language. He would just be like, but he would throw in a word that was a really bad word in German or Russian or Spanish or whatever. And then some of them in the beginning season got through and aired, and people were like, holy cow, did you hear what he said? So then they had to hire somebody to censor him to make sure he wasn't doing that.
Robin Williams was phenomenal. They said he ad-libbed almost. But then what was great about Robin Williams, because he had that craziness to him, and he ad-libbed. They couldn't shut the ad-lib down. Jim Carrey's another one that's an ad-libber like that, that's goes off the rails. But yet, if you saw Robin Williams play I can't remember, there were some movies where he was not a comic or that type of thing. He was brilliant. Absolutely.
Yeah. He was good in everything.
He was good in everything. Yeah. Another one of my favorite, just the good old boys. The Dukes of Hazzard. Never meaning no harm.
The Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah. The Dukes of Hazzard.
I think I might have seen every episode of that.
Yeah, I love Dukes of Hazzard. You know what? I don't think I can binge watch. I don't think I've ever found it where you can binge watch the Dukes.
I did for a while. I had it on something because we used to watch it. Me
really?
And the kids.
Okay,
I have Schoolhouse Rocks. Did
Me
you watch
too.
Those?
Schoolhouse. That's how I learned I love
Your
it.
preamble?
Oh, yeah, I loved it. Yeah, that's how I hate math. But the 1 times 8 is 8, 2 times 8 is 16. My teachers loved me because I would sit there and sing that. A noun is a person, place, or thing. I literally passed grade school because of Schoolhouse Rock. I bought when my boys were little, I bought them all on VHS, and then my kids loved it.
When we homeschooled, we did a lot of Schoolhouse Rocks.
Oh, why wouldn't you?
We went through a whole thing where in government where you had to talk about the Constitution. My kids can all tell you the preamble to the Constitution word for word.
Yeah, it's great.
They might sing it while they're saying it, but they can all say it.
I did too. What was your favorite?
Probably the preamble because it really is a good song. I actually have it on my playlist in my car. where I will sometimes listen to it.
It's a good refresher.
Yeah, uh-huh.
My favorite's Conjunction Junction. What's your function? I got Ann button on to get you pretty full. I loved it. Schoolhouse Rock was genius.
Mm-hmm. The Waltons.
I never have watched an episode of The Waltons in my entire life.
Really? Well, sit down and watch that one. It's good TV. My grandma, Rose, loved The Waltons. Mm-hmm. And if Gunsmoke wasn't on or Bonanza wasn't on, then it was The Waltons. Mm-hmm. And we watched a lot of Waltons together.
Okay, since MASH had words, did Bonanza have words?
I don't know.
Bonanza. I don't know. But MASH, that had just had that. I didn't know if you knew that since you knew all the other stuff.
Yeah.
One of my other favorites, you take the good, you take the bad, you take the both, and there you have the facts of life. I loved it.
There's a time you gotta grow and show you're growing. Now you gotta know
the facts of life.
There you go.
Great show. I loved it.
Three's Company.
Oh my gosh, Three's Company was fantastic.
That was true comedy. Like that was just so funny. John Ritter
and Chrissy being who she was fantastic. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that one too. I loved WKRP in Cincinnati. Mm-hmm. That was awesome. I think that episode, and that we should probably talk about that
Thanksgiving episode. Yeah, we can talk about that.
As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
Yeah.
Great WKRP.
The last one on my list, I might have mentioned the last time because it actually started in 1969. So I don't know if I mentioned it, but it's the Brady Bunch. Did I talk about it?
No.
It's one of my favorites. Love the Brady Bunch.
When did it start?
In 1960. I have down it ran from 69 to 74. Yeah. But love the Brady Bunch.
Yeah, my last one I don't know when Happy Days. I badge it because Mork and Mindy came out.
I think Happy Days was earlier.
I think Happy Days was in the 60s too because it's one of my favorites. But Mork and Mindy was a spinoff of Happy Days. That's where he came up. But I liked One Day at a Time too. The divorced wife goes in with the super.
Yeah.
That's all. Mm-hmm. Okay, but.
And Good Times. That was another one I used to watch with JJ.
Oh, JJ.
Yeah.
Had a great song.
He would say, Dynamite.
That skinny guy.
Yeah.
And Good Times, any times. Yeah. You remember when Janet Jackson played that little girl, that neighbor girl on Good Times?
I don't
Janet
really
Jackson,
remember
as a child, came out there, and she was like a neighbor's daughter, and she came out, and she was sassy.
I didn't
Janet
remember
Jackson
that part.
was. Saturday Night Live. One of my favorites.
Yeah, I
started watching it back when I was babysitting. Saturday SNL, that original cast of SNL was fantastic.
Yeah,
you can't beat them. But what is the number one TV shows of the 70s? The entire 70s, the number one TV show. What do you think?
And it's not something I already said?
Nope.
Was it MASH?
Nope.
Did I say MASH?
Nope.
Good Morning America, something like that?
Nope. Marcus Welby, MD. Was the number one show in the decades of the 70s.
What source is that? That's crazy. I've never even heard of that show.
You've never heard of Marcus Welby?
No.
It was a big medical show. My mom, parents were the number one TV show.
Well, that's weird. Apparently, they didn't sell the rights to TBS in the 80s. Because I didn't watch it.
Why haven't they?
I don't know.
I don't know, but we're going to find out later. No, we're not.
No, we're not.
I Googled it. I found it. It's real.
Oh, okay.
We'll be right back.
Do you bowl like this? That's great. Do you bowl like this? That's great too. That's because whether you're a pro or you just want to have a lot of fun, at Pegel's Silver Dollar Lanes, we have a lane for you. We have galaxy bowling, gaming for kids and adults, Joe's Pizza, a full bar, darts, pool, and fresh and clean bowling shoes. Boy, does that smell nice. So come on down to Pegel Silver Dollar Lanes in Effingham, where we have a lane for you.
My name is Robin Stanford. I own Stanford Marketing. It's a promotional products business along with an embroidery business. And we do custom hats, t-shirts, anything, you name it, we can make it. People like that we do stuff in-house and we can actually make things here and that we're not contracting the work out to other places. We never say no. We always try to find a way to do it. If anybody can do it, we can do it. We are hardworking women, that is for sure. Come to Stanford Marketing in Flora for all your custom and promotional needs.
The insurance specialists have options to tailor to your needs at CSI Insurance Brokers. Experienced insurance brokers at CSI are skilled with all types of insurance plans and policies and represent many companies, including Safeco Insurance. You'll benefit from their detailed expertise, unbeatable premiums, and commitment to customer service. CSI Insurance Brokers and Safeco Insurance Company, providing affordable rates on quality insurance since 1952.
For over 50 years, at your locally owned and operated Royal King Supply in Salem and Olney, we've helped you and your neighbors enjoy an easy country lifestyle. We carry the most thorough sporting goods department around with a huge variety of hunting and fishing gear, camping equipment, and a variety of firearms for any need. Our team is here to help you find whatever you need. Open every day, it's Royal King in Salem and Olney, your locally owned farm and home store.
Welcome back to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. We are talking about the 1970s.
The 70s. We have covered movies,
TV.
music. Now we are going to get to some fashion.
Fashion.
Holy Moses.
We're going to talk about some polyester, people.
Beth just said, oh my gosh, this polyester is
this
making
shirt
me
is
sweat.
100% polyester, and I am
It don't breathe,
hot.
apparently.
No.
Well, my sequence is making me itch.
Yeah.
This is a cheap costume.
What we do for fashion, I mean, to make this show interesting, we are willing to sweat. And, you know, that is not our thing, so you guys should be so happy.
Okay, so, all right, let's just throw up one of my fashion pictures here. Wowza. That is sweet. And bell bottoms are back, people.
Yeah, they are.
I almost killed myself. I love bell bottoms, and I love pumps. And so I was walking, my pump got stuck in my bell bottom, and I almost took myself off. I'm going to go with my...
Which one is your favorite?
That blue on the end, I'm digging that.
I'm going with the orange. I figured you would say orange because it's your favorite.
I almost went with orange, but that blue's beautiful. There's orange and yellow on there. I do like the orange, too. But that blue, man... Oh, man.
The yellow one is too clownish for me. Like
True. But that blue, that's a real pretty blue. Okay. Throw us up another fashion picture. Ta-da. Oh, there's my Farrah Fawcett.
Yeah,
I remember that episode. I remember that episode of Charlie's Angels, but look at them Nikes.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. I could totally go for those vintage Nikes with the orange swoosh.
Isn't that sweet?
Her skateboarding.
Yeah. And then
these men...
on the side.
With their I think those are corduroy.
Oh, can we just talk about corduroy when you walked?
Oh, yeah.
Sound like a bug zapper?
Yeah, and your thighs just...
And then they wore
friction. They were warm. They kept you warm in the winter.
Yeah, I love that white belt. Oh, my gosh.
Yes.
Jim's got a white belt. Oh, he loves his white belt. But I didn't realize, I'm looking at those pants, I didn't realize, of course, the women's got bigger bell bottoms.
Yeah.
But the men's, that's not too bad.
Right, yeah. They're more like a wide leg.
Yeah, wide leg. What other fashions do I have? Ta-da!
Ta-da!
On this one, I'm going with the far yellow pants and the shirt.
I'm going to go with the green plaid pants and the white shirt.
That's pretty cute.
That is cute.
I can see that. I bet that comes back.
Yeah, it kind of sort of is in a little bit. And I actually could see my Malia wearing that outfit.
I was thinking the same thing.
And it would look pretty darn cute on her.
I can see that. I can see Malia in that.
Yep.
I love that background too.
Yeah. So
that's
70s.
So sweet. Do I have other fashions?
Nope. That's our fashions.
Our fashion show is over.
That was the gist of it. I mean, that's how people dressed in the 70s. And most of you might still remember that. I mean, and a few of you may even have some of those clothes in your closet. If you don't get rid of things, you might still have some.
Yeah.
So, nothing wrong with that.
No. Yeah, the fashions was absolutely, the 70s fashions was tough. But, you guys, do you ever, look back at Woodstock stuff? Woodstock pictures are crazy, the hippies and stuff. Yeah, so, but I forgot, we were talking about that, Janis Joplin was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
But she actually hit the scenes, she died. Or they died in that 27 Club. Didn't they all die Woodstock was in 69?
Yes.
And then they all died in 70?
70, 71. Or I think that 27 Club, most people died between, I think it was 69 and 72 or so. I don't have those
it was young.
with me.
They really weren't 70s.
Years.
They were more the 60s.
Yeah.
We talked a lot about them on our 60s show. But yeah, the fashions of the 70s were just pretty cool.
for sure.
I loved it. I look back at some of that stuff. Jim's like, you watch the weirdest stuff. It's like, well, I'm nostalgic. Very nostalgic. I love the past.
I do too.
And I could watch those shows over and over and over.
And I have.
I have too. I watch them all the time. Okay, let's talk furniture.
Yes.
Holy.
We're going to show you something, and I'm going to bet most of you had this in your home.
Yeah, let's show this. Let's give them a minute.
Do you know what this is?
Do you know what this is?
This is orange shag carpeting. And if you didn't have it in orange, you had it in green.
And if you didn't have it in green, you had it in yellow with brown flakes. They were in my house. I think, if I'm not mistaken, we bought our house in 1990. It hadn't been remodeled. In my front hall closet is the original carpet that was still in that house when we bought it in 1990, and it is shag carpet. It's not orange, but it's that yellow with the brown through it. And I think I purposely left it in my hall closet.
That's
just
cool.
because it's cool.
Yeah.
Orange shag carpet.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Let's show that super cool couch.
So many oranges and yellows were in style. And you might have had that orange carpet, and you might have had this couch sitting right on top of it.
Everybody had this.
Everybody had this couch, and if they didn't have this one, they had one really similar.
My mom had furniture recovered, and she had it covered just like that, but it was peacocks.
Oh.
Okay, so story on myself. Jim and I were in Mississippi doing a mission trip, and on the side of the road, oh, yeah, somebody actually dropped off the most beautiful, you remember that? I had it at the shop.
Yep.
That
couch.
yellow and orange couch with the flowers. And we actually had a trailer with us because we were taking stuff down to this mission place. And I'm like, Jim, I need that couch. I stopped along the side of the road and picked up a couch.
In Mississippi.
And it
was glorious. It was so 1970s. It was like it had a little voice inside of it screaming, 1975, 1975. And it was comfortable.
It was very comfortable. Why did I give that away? What happened?
You said you didn't have room for it, and you gave a bunch of stuff away.
Regret.
It's
I think
real.
that couch we just showed a minute ago is actually down in my basement. I love with the kids. We did the basement, the kids' playrooms down there. So let's show some inside. Let's show this next picture. Look at the inside of this house.
Yeah. The brown paneling.
Oh, yeah.
That's a pretty cool room. I like
that is a really neat room.
Eaves or whatever. And
yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. What other pictures did I... Oh!
Yep, everybody had one of these Afghans. This is granny squares crocheted by their granny.
Yeah.
You had them in a lot of different colors, usually bright colors.
I have mine's in bright, and it's in a pillow, like a really hard square pillow.
Yeah.
And if you walk into my house, it is upstairs in one of my bedrooms. The one my granny had.
Okay, so I should have it wouldn't have worked because I had this outfit planned, but I have a shirt right now that has granny squares crocheted around the. I wore it on another episode around the collar.
Yeah.
And granny squares are back, like right now, like if you go to Glicks or somewhere, like they have headbands that are crocheted like granny squares, and it's on some cuffs of
it's the 70s. They're back.
Yeah, they're
back this year. Yeah. What other pictures do I have? Lava lamps.
Oh, yes.
I love lava lamps.
Yeah, I have one. We still have one, actually.
My boys had them. My boys had some.
We don't turn it on.
My children probably despise me because my boys got stuff that I loved and didn't have when I was a child. I love lava lamps. I think the boys really liked them. The other thing I always liked was, that square thing, and then, like, the light would be inside, and it would rotate. The light would move, and, like, it was just a square thing, but what the pictures was, it would, like, go around the room.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I always loved that, too.
Yeah, I don't know what that was called, but I can picture it.
Let's show some outside of houses.
Okay.
That looks like a church.
Yeah, it kind of does.
What are these houses?
What style is it?
Yeah, what is that?
I don't know what they call that style.
I don't know either. Look at that one.
Yeah, that looks like almost like an apartment building. There were several apartment buildings around here that had that look with that kind of roof.
Yeah. Pretty neat, though.
Yeah.
The architecture is...
Yeah, like the mid-level houses where you walked in, you had, like, different, levels of the house.
Yeah.
Like
split levels.
Split
they're
level.
not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Those were common.
Yeah. Pretty neat. I should have. My phone rang again, guys. I should have answered it. The city of Flora is trying to get a hold of me.
Stop, city of Flora. She doesn't know how to silence her phone.
I should have answered. That probably would have set Mike Stanford off and be like, "You are the first caller, city of Flora. It's either Becky Burgess or Mike Stanford." So
that's too funny.
How funny.
Yes.
Anyway, that's our 70s.
Okay. Well, I have one thing left to talk about.
What?
And that is this glorious tray of cookies here in front of us, and I will kind of tilt it up
Look at
a little bit. Whoopsies.
Whoopsies.
So these cookies are sugar cookies made by my mother. We got a pumpkin and a little ghosty ghost here. So she is known for her cookies, and they
good.
don't have the sometimes, I mean, she keeps it simple. She doesn't go all out on the icing because it's really not about, making it look exactly like a pumpkin, because sometimes you can get too much icing on a cookie. These are the perfect sugar cookie, because if you've ever tasted one, they are amazing.
Wow, they're good.
And she used to sell these years ago. People would order them from her, and she still does a little bit, I think, but mainly she does cupcakes nowadays. But so the reason this has to do with the 70s is because I asked her to make something from the 70s, and she got this sugar cookie recipe in 1973 in a newspaper. And so she Googled when sugar cookies were invented, and she said that she came up with the mid-1700s in Nazareth, Pennsylvania. But she said they were invented in your mom's kitchen. She's writing this to me. When I found this recipe in 1973. And it is the only sugar cookie she has ever used in the last 50 years.
Oh, it's good.
And she still has the original newspaper clipping.
Oh, fun.
And so she included some spooky ghosts and stuff for our Halloween episode.
They are way too good.
In our 70s episode. But, yeah, it's just...
wow.
They are really, really good. And I did not realize that her sugar cookie recipe was from the 70s. And also, she doesn't share this recipe. She will not. So unless
she's taking it to her grave.
Yeah. Well, I know it. And I can make these.
I bet you don't have the touch. Your mom just has a touch.
She does have a touch. Yeah.
I followed recipes before. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And she did give her recipe to a sister, and she sometimes makes them too. And Carissa sometimes makes them. But all of us, it's just not the same as my mom's.
It's not.
Hers are just the perfect thickness. She doesn't roll them out too thin, not too thick.
It is. Yeah, it's totally different because they all look, I mean, it's literally perfect. They're all, I make cookies and sometimes some are fat, some are skinny, some are thick, some are burnt,
Hers
some are this.
all the
They're
same.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I'm telling you, they are.
That's not the last
best
cookie I'm eating today
cookies
either.
that I will ever have.
They are
seriously.
fantastic.
Yeah. So that's all I have on the 70s.
Okay,
So what do you have?
let's do our little inspiration from Ella Fitzgerald. Just don't give up trying to do what you really want to do. Where there is love and inspiration, I don't think you can go wrong.
Ooh.
Ella Fitzgerald.
That's good.
I wonder
Where
if
there
she
is love and inspiration, you can't go wrong.
You cannot go wrong.
I agree with that.
I love it.
Mm-hmm. Good job, Ella.
What a great show.
Super fun episode. I told you in the beginning that it would be, and it really, truly was.
I apologize for the phone. What's funny about my phone ringing? I never even have my phone over here. Why is it even over here? It's usually way over
usually way across the room. We don't know what's happening today.
It's because I woke up singing "We Are the World."
No one ever, in all the episodes we've done, I cannot think of your phone ringing down here one single time.
No, nobody wants to talk to me.
But you know what it is?
What?
Is that she used to not have signal down here because we are in the basement of the.
That's right.
At Wabash Telephone, but I hooked her up to the Wi-Fi.
You did.
So that now she can send a text down here if she needs to, and now all of a sudden you are getting some signal. So anyway, the solution is to buy yourself a new phone case.
Okay, yeah, because I really do need that because it goes off at church too.
Yeah,
but I think that's funny.
I don't. You crack me up.
I think it's hysterical.
Thank you for joining us on By the Way with Beth and Stacey. You can always find us on YouTube. Our YouTube channel is By the Way with Beth and Stacey. You can see all of our episodes there. You can also like and follow us on Facebook. Reach out to us on email if you have a question, comment, or show idea. And that is By the Way with Beth and Stacey at gmail.com. But thank you so much for joining us. We will see you next time.
God bless you. Have a great day.